आप नाम से ही यहाँ पर पता लगा सकते हैं कि इट इज एक्चुअली ग्रुप ऑफ 20। तो ये 20 क्या है? दे 20 आर डिफरेंट नेशंस अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड। तो ये दरअसल एक इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम है। हम कई इस तरीके से फोरम्स और प्लेटफॉर्म्स के बारे में बात करते हैं। तो वन सच प्लेटफॉर्म और फोरम इज एक्चुअली G20, जहां पर 19 अलग अलग कंट्रीज और एक यूरोपियन यूनियन जो है वो पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, डिस्कशंस और डिबेट वहां पर करते हैं। तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो मेजर इश्यूज हमें G20 में इस इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम में जो देखने को मिलते हैं वो ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड होते हैं ज्यादातर, जो कि इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी से डील करते हैं, क्लाइमेट चेंज मिटिगेशन यानी कि क्लाइमेट चेंज और उससे रिलेटेड जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट से चीजें हैं उनके बारे में डिस्कशन करते हैं, और सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट जो कि हाल ही में बहुत ही प्रोमिनेंस ले चुका है। तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के कॉन्सेप्ट पर यहाँ पर डिस्कशंस किए जाते हैं और चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस भी लिए जाते हैं। आगे उनके बारे में पढ़ेंगे। तो सबसे पहले जानने की कोशिश करते हैं कि दरअसल ये ग्रुपिंग की जरूरत क्या पड़ गई थी। हम कई रीजनल ग्रुपिंग्स की भी बातें करते हैं, हम कई इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस की भी बात करते हैं। तो G20 की जरूरत हमें कब महसूस हुई? तो जैसे कि आप सभी को पता है कि वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 और 2 ने हमारी वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी को, इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम को बहुत बुरी तरीके से मार दी हुई थी, और यूरोपियन कंट्रीज जो कि आज हेवीली इंडस्ट्रियलाइज्ड देखे जाते हैं, एट द टाइम ऑफ वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 बहुत ही मीगर हो चुके थे, बहुत ही मजबूत थे, बहुत ही वीक थे। तो ऐसी जरूरत हमें महसूस हो रही थी कि हमें एक वर्ल्ड क्लास इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाने की जरूरत थी, हमें चंद ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स लेने की जरूरत थी जो कि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर हमारे फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम को सही तौर पर मेंटेन कर सके, कोऑर्डिनेशन हमारी इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी से रिलेटेड सही हो सके। और उससे रिलेटेड सबसे मेजर डिसीजन हम ऑलरेडी देखते हैं, विच इज ब्रेटन वुड कॉन्फ्रेंस जो चला हुआ था 1944 में, जिसके रिजल्ट के सबब हम इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड और वर्ल्ड बैंक जैसे इंस्टीट्यूशंस का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट देखते हैं। तो ऑन द सेम लाइन महज वर्ल्ड बैंक और इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट होना काफी नहीं था, इस तरीके के और भी कई वर्ल्ड क्लास इंस्टीट्यूशंस और इनिशिएटिव्स हमारे लिए बहुत ही जरूरी थे। तो उसी सच नीड में से बाहर आया हुआ एक कॉन्सेप्ट था द ग्रुपिंग ऑफ 20, इट इज G20। तो G7 जो थे वो नेशंस ऑलरेडी जो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डेवलप्ड जो नेशंस थे 1970s में उन्होंने उनकी बैठक हुई थी, और G7 वहां से हमें एस्टेब्लिश होता हुआ देखने को मिलता है। मैं आपको आगे भी इसके बारे में थोड़ा बहुत बताऊंगा। तो G7 के इनिशिएटिव से जो है सबसे पहली बार हमें G20 का कॉन्सेप्ट देखने को मिलता है, खासकर ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस जब हो रहे थे 1990s में, और एशियन इकोनॉमीज जो थे वहां पर थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा खासा डेवलपमेंट दिखा रहे थे। तो यहाँ पर G7 नेशंस को पता चल गया कि अगर हमें वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर को सही तौर पर मेंटेन करना है, हमारे फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम्स को अगर हमें सही तौर पर मेंटेन करना है, तो हमें जस्ट डेवलप्ड नेशंस नहीं, हमें डेवलपिंग और अंडर डेवलप्ड नेशंस को भी साथ लेकर चलना है। क्योंकि उस टाइम फ्रेम में एशियन कंट्रीज जो खासकर इंडिया, ब्राजील, इस तरीके के जो इवन साउथ अमेरिकन नेशंस भी जो थे वो बहुत ही प्रोमिनेंस दिखा रहे थे, वो डेवलपमेंट में बहुत ही आगे जा रहे थे। तो इस तरीके के नए नए मार्केट्स को भी साथ लेकर चलना बहुत ही जरूरी था। उन्हें इंपॉर्टेंस पता चल गया कि इस तरीके के जो नेशन से वो बहुत ही क्रूशियल हो सकते हैं। सो दिस एक्चुअली पेव्ड वे फॉर द फॉर्मल एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ G20 ग्रुपिंग। तो वहां पर कैनेडियन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर पॉल मार्टिन साहब जो थे वो सबसे पहली बार चेयरमैन की तरह चूज किए गए थे फॉर दैट इनॉग्रल सेशन। लेकिन यहाँ पर एक खास बात ये थी कि 1999 में G20 का आइडिया जो पूरी तरीके से आता है, उसका एस्टेब्लिशमेंट भी होता है, लेकिन वो बहुत ही इरेगुलर था, यानी कि उसे पूरी तरीके से एक स्ट्रक्चरल और इंस्टीट्यूशनल फॉर्म उसे नहीं दिया गया था। तो सबसे दूसरा मेजर जो डिसीजन आता है एज फार एज एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ G20 इज कंसर्न, वो 2008 में आता है। आप सभी को पता है 2008 में पूरी दुनिया ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस से गुजर रही थी और खासकर यूएस जैसी कंट्री भी बहुत ही मजबूर थी इस फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस से गुजरने के लिए। तो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम वर्ल्ड लीडर्स को फिर से पता चल गया कि नहीं, और खासकर G20 लीडर्स को, कि वी आर द नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग इन दिस इकोनॉमी, इन दिस मार्केट। तो जाहिर सी बात है हमें साथ लेकर चलना पड़ेगा, हमें कंसेंसस बिल्ड करके ही, और हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लेवल पर जब तक हम डिसीजंस नहीं लेंगे हम एक इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल ऑर्डर को सस्टेन और सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकते। तो यही वो मेजर डिसीजन था 2008 में, जहां पर G20 लीडर्स ने एक डिसीजन लिया हुआ था, ठान लिया हुआ था कि वो हर साल एनुअली मीट करेंगे इन समिट्स पे। तो इन ऑर्डर टू प्रिपेयर फॉर दिस समिट्स द G20 फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स एंड सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स कंटिन्यू टू मीट ऑन देयर ओन ट्वाइस अ ईयर। तो हर साल जो हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स होते हैं कंट्रीज के, यानी कि अगर किसी कंट्री में प्राइम मिनिस्टर है और किसी कंट्री में प्रेसिडेंट्स, तो वहां पर ईयरली एक समिट होता है। मैं वो समिट्स किस तरीके से होते हैं उसके बारे में बताऊंगा। तो सेपरेटली अपार्ट फ्रॉम दोज इंपॉर्टेंट समिट्स, हर साल जो है 2 बार फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स और सेंट्रल बैंक के गवर्नर्स उन रेस्पेक्टिव कंट्रीज के वो मिलते हैं, एजेंडास वगैरह वो डिस्कस करते हैं। तो यहाँ पर अगर आप देखेंगे होलिस्टिकली आपको थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा खासा समझ में आ जाएगा कि किस तरीके से G20 का इजाद हुआ। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं G7 जो कि उस टाइम फ्रेम में 1973-75 के आसपास ऑलरेडी वो डेवलप्ड थे। कनाडा, फ्रांस, जर्मनी, इटली, जापान, यूके और यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। तो यहाँ पर ये फर्दर लेकर आगे जा रहे थे इंटरनेशनली एक ऐसा इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाने का, एक ऐसा ऑर्डर बनाने का जो सर्वाइव और सस्टेन कर सके। और 1997 में रशिया को भी इसमें इंक्लूड किया गया था और इसे G8 का ग्रुपिंग दिया हुआ था। और फाइनली 1999 में हमें G20 का ग्रुपिंग देखने को मिलता है। तो आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं इन सभी कंट्रीज को कलेक्टिवली G20 का मेंबर कहा जाता है। तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑल दीज G7 और G8 नेशंस, अर्जेंटीना, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ब्राजील, चाइना, यूरोपियन यूनियन, इंडिया, इंडोनेशिया, मेक्सिको, सऊदी अरेबिया, साउथ अफ्रीका, साउथ कोरिया एंड टर्की आर एक्चुअली द G20 मेंबर्स। तो यूरोपियन यूनियन का भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमें यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है, इसीलिए 19 कंट्रीज प्लस 1 यूरोपियन यूनियन, इन सभी को G20 का ग्रुपिंग कहा जाता है। तो देयर आर फ्यू परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटीज भी जिन्हें रेगुलरली इसके समिट्स में बुलाया जाता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन बहुत ही जरूरी है। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं अफ्रीकन यूनियन, एशिया, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट क्रूशियल वन अगेन साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में, तो उन्हें भी यहाँ पर एज अ परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटी बुलाया जाता है। फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी बोर्ड, फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ILO, IMF, और खासकर स्पेन की खास बात है, स्पेन इकलौता ऐसा कंट्री है जो परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटी की तरह G20 के समिट्स को हाजिर होता है, वहां पर रिप्रेजेंटेशन देता है। तो बाकी के भी आप देख सकते हैं न्यू पार्टनरशिप फॉर अफ्रीकन डेवलपमेंट, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट, यूनाइटेड नेशंस, वर्ल्ड बैंक ग्रुप, WHO और वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को भी यहाँ पर परमानेंट गेस्ट इनवाइटीज की तरह बुलाया जाता है। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि कितना क्रूशियल G20 इनफॉर्मल या फिर G20 ये इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम है। इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? अच्छी बात है सर, तो हमें इस तरीके के क्या बाकी के भी कंट्रीज या फिर इस तरीके के ग्रुपिंग्स नहीं है क्या? एशियान भी है, सार्क के भी बारे में हमने बात किया, ऐसे कई हैं। तो इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? G20 किस लिए एक प्रोमिनेंट प्लेस रखता है? तो G20 बहुत ही स्ट्रेटेजिक रोल प्ले करता है, खासकर हमारे ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ और प्रॉस्पेरिटी को इंश्योर करने में, सिक्योर हमारे फ्यूचर बनाने में, खासकर एज फार एज आवर इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रेंथ इज कंसर्न। क्योंकि यहाँ पर आप आंकड़े अगर देखें तो G20 मेंबर्स जो जितने भी 19 कंट्रीज प्लस 1 यूरोपियन यूनियन है, वो सभी मिलाकर 60% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, 80% ऑफ द ग्लोबल GDP को वो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं और 75% ऑफ ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स को वो इकलौते रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। तो आप देख सकते हैं कि किस लिए G20 ग्रुपिंग इतना सिग्निफिकेंट है और पूरी दुनिया जो है वो रुकती है देखने के लिए कि G20 का मीटिंग क्या चल रहा है और वहां पर आउटकम क्या था, एजेंडा क्या था, डिस्कशंस क्या थे। क्योंकि वर्चुअली 2/3 ऑफ द वर्ल्ड का कहीं ना कहीं हम देख सकते हैं इंपॉर्टेंट जो पॉपुलेशन का रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो, ग्लोबल GDP का हो या फिर ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स का हो, वो हमें इन G20 नेशन से ही देखने को मिलता है। और G20 काम किस तरीके से करता है? देखिए, प्रेसिडेंसी जो है वो हर साल रोटेट होती है अमंग ऑल द मेंबर्स। तो 19 जो कंट्रीज हैं और यूरोपियन यूनियन जो है उनके बीच ये प्रेसिडेंसी जो है वो इवॉल्व होती ही रहती है। और खासकर यहाँ पर आपको एक टर्म जाना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज ट्रॉइका। Troika, with the country that holds the presidency working together with its predecessor and successor are also known as a Troika to ensure the continuity of the agenda. तो हर 3 साल के लिए जो है ऑलरेडी मेंबर्स को चूज किया जाता है, अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स होते हैं, मैं आपको उसके बारे में भी बताऊंगा। तो इस ट्रॉइका को जो है वो मिलाकर 3 साल के प्रेसिडेंसीज दिए जाते हैं। अब मान लेते हैं कि करेंटली इटली, जिसने पिछले साल ही G20 समिट को होस्ट किया हुआ था 2021, अभी करेंटली 2022 इंडोनेशिया बाली में हो रहा है और 2023 इंडिया न्यू दिल्ली में जो है ये होस्ट होगा। तो इन 3 कंट्रीज को मिलाकर ट्रॉइका कहा जाता है। तो एजेंडा जो G20 इटली में सेट करता है वो इंडोनेशिया और इंडिया में भी कंटिन्यू होता है। तो बाद इनके अगेन 3 ट्रॉइकास को चूज किया जाता है जो कि फर्दर आगे नेक्स्ट 3 साल के लिए प्रेसिडेंसी होल्ड करेंगे और इंपॉर्टेंट से एजेंडास डिस्कस करेंगे। और G20 का कोई भी परमानेंट सेक्रेटेरिएट नहीं है। हम सार्क की बात करते हैं, एशियान की बात करते हैं, इन सभी के हेडक्वार्टर्स कहीं ना कहीं होते हैं, सेक्रेटेरिएट्स होती है। यहाँ पर परमानेंट सेक्रेटेरिएट नहीं होता, इसीलिए इसे बहुत ही यूनिक और डायनामिक माना जाता है कि जिस कंट्री में जो डिस्कशन होता है या फिर जिस कंट्री ने होस्ट किया हुआ होता है वहां पर नया सा सेक्रेटेरिएट बनाया जाता है, क्योंकि जहां पर वो एजेंडा जो डिस्कशंस किए गए हैं वो उसी कंट्री से ही इनिशिएट किए जाते हैं और वहीं से दे मेक श्योर दैट दे ऑल आर फुलफिल्ड। Agenda and the work coordination is completely by the G20 leaders' personal representatives known as शेरपास। तो हर कंट्री अपने अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को भेजती है चूज करके। तो इंडिया ने अपने शेरपा को जो है पीयूष गोयल साहब को चुनकर भेजा हुआ था एंड टुगेदर विद फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स एंड सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स। तो ये तीनों पोजीशंस बहुत ही क्रूशियल है। रिमेंबर, एक तो शेरपा जो कि रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं उस कंट्री को, ठीक है, वहां पर पर्सनल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स उस G20 लीडर्स के मान लेते हैं कि इंडिया में तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी है, तो उन्होंने अपना रिप्रेजेंट देने के लिए कहीं कहीं पीयूष गोयल साहब को भेजा हुआ है। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमण जी और सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर, हमारे यहाँ तो आरबीआई है सेंट्रल बैंक, तो शक्तिकांता दास साहब। तो ये तीनों बहुत ही क्रूशियल होते हैं इस G20 के वर्क के लिए। तो इसी तरीके से 19 कंट्रीज और यूरोपियन यूनियन भी अपने इस तरीके के रिप्रेजेंटेशंस भेजता है। और प्रेसिडेंसी का सिलेक्शन कैसा होता है, अभी हमने देखा, अच्छी बात है, ट्रॉइका है, हर 3 साल एजेंडा चेंज होते हैं, कंटिन्यूटी के लिए भी अच्छी बात है, लेकिन सिलेक्ट किस तरीके से होते हैं। तो 19 कंट्रीज जो पूरे हैं ना, उन सभी को 5 अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स में डिवाइड किया गया है। ऑफ कोर्स यूरोपियन यूनियन जो है वो रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ सेपरेट कंट्रीज है, तो उसे किसी ग्रुपिंग में नहीं रखा गया है। तो ईच हैविंग नो मोर देन 4 कंट्रीज, द प्रेसिडेंसी रोटेट्स बिटवीन ईच ग्रुप। एवरी ईयर द G20 सेलेक्ट्स अ कंट्री फ्रॉम अनदर ग्रुप टू बी प्रेसिडेंट। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं 5 अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स अलग अलग रीजियंस को रिप्रेजेंट करते हुए आपको देखे जाएंगे। तो हर ग्रुप में से, अलग अलग ग्रुप में से एक एक कैंडिडेट को पिक किया जाता है ताकि वो कुमुलेटिवली एक साल के बाद प्रेसिडेंसी चूज की जाए। तो आप देख सकते हैं इंडिया जो है वो ग्रुप 2 का हिस्सा है। तो इस तरीके से इन 5 अलग अलग ग्रुपिंग्स में से, कंट्रीज में से चुने जाते हैं, यानी कि वही कुछ चुनते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि कोई सेपरेट प्रोसेस है, वही कंट्रीज ही चुनते हैं अपने बीच में से कि कौन जो है वो नेक्स्ट रिप्रेजेंटेशन देगा। तो अब तक जो है जो जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट से G20 समिट्स हैं उन सभी के बारे में हम थोड़ा बहुत देखते हैं। तो सबसे पहला, जैसे कि आप सभी को पता है, वॉशिंगटन डीसी में हुआ था, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, फॉलोड बाय यूके लंदन, एंड देन थर्ड समिट जो था वो अगेन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स पिट्सबर्ग में हुआ था, फोर्थ कनाडा टोरंटो में हुआ था, फिफ्थ समिट जो था वो साउथ कोरिया सियोल में हुआ था, सिक्स्थ फ्रांस कैनिस, सेवेंथ मेक्सिको में था, और एट्थ रशिया सेंट पीटर्सबर्ग में हुआ था, नाइन्थ ऑस्ट्रेलिया ब्रिस्बेन, 10th टर्की में हुआ था, और 11th जो था वो चाइना क्वांगजो में हुआ था, 12th G20 समिट जर्मनी में था, और 13th G20 समिट अर्जेंटीना में था, 14th जापान ओसाका में था, 15th सऊदी अरेबिया रियाद में था, और 16th इटली रोम में हुआ था हाल ही में ही। तो हर G20 समिट में कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई इंपॉर्टेंट से डिक्लेरेशंस और डिसीजंस लिए ही गए थे। तो बहुत ही क्रूशियल हैं ये सभी समिट्स। तो अभी एज ऑफ नो 2022 के लिए जो कि 17th समिट चलने वाला है वो इंडोनेशिया होस्ट कर रहा है करेंटली, विच इज इन बाली। तो 2023 के लिए जो कि इंडिया जो है जिसने होस्टशिप एक्ट की हुई है, तो वो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली न्यू दिल्ली में हो सकता है। तो इससे रिलेटेड अभी जैसे कि मैंने वीडियो के पहले में आपको कहा कि हाल ही में ही कैबिनेट के इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस लिए गए थे कि सेक्रेटेरिएट कहां पर होगा, कौन कौन क्या क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज लेगा, वो सभी एलोकेट और असाइन किए गए हैं 2023 के लिए। और 2024 के लिए भी एक्सपेक्टेड है ब्राजील। अभी कुछ फुल फ्लेज कहा नहीं गया है, क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि ट्रॉइका यहाँ पर तीन कंट्रीज जो मिलकर काम करते हैं। तो 19th समिट जो है वो एक्सपेक्टेड 2024 ब्राजील कर सकता है, और 2025 के लिए साउथ अफ्रीका कर सकता है। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम द लीडर लेवल, हाईएस्ट लेवल जो के समिट्स ऑलरेडी चलते हैं जहां पर कंट्रीज के प्रेसिडेंट्स या प्राइम मिनिस्टर जाते हैं, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मिनिस्टीरियल लेवल मीटिंग्स भी यहां पर होते हैं। तो 1999 में सबसे पहली बार फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स एंड सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स की मीटिंग स्टार्ट हुई थी। ऑफकोर्स सबसे पहला स्पार्क यहीं से आता है, क्योंकि हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लेवल मीटिंग जो शुरू हुए थे वो 2008 से हुए थे रेगुलरली। तो 1999 से ही फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स और सेंट्रल बैंक गवर्नर्स के मीटिंग स्टार्ट हुए थे, मिनिस्ट्रियल लेवल मीटिंग्स। 2010 में से और थोड़ा एक्सपेंड करके लेबर और एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिनिस्टर्स के भी मीटिंग्स रखे गए थे G20 कंट्रीज के। 2017 में फॉरेन मिनिस्टर्स लेवल मीटिंग्स भी रखे गए थे, और 2012 से ट्रेड मिनिस्टर्स या फिर कॉमर्स मिनिस्टर जो होते हैं उनसे रिलेटेड भी G20 मिनिस्ट्रियल लेवल मीटिंग्स रखे गए थे, और सिंस देन कंटिन्यूअसली वो चलते ही रहे हैं, और चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिस्कशंस वहां पर भी होते रहे हैं। And apart from all these ministerial level meetings and apart from all these highest political level meetings, G20 engagement groups भी मेंटेन करता है। आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि बिजनेस ग्रुप्स को, बिजनेस इंटरेस्ट ग्रुप्स को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए भी जो है वो B20 ग्रुप बनाया गया था। ठीक है, 2008 में से एस्टैब्लिश किया गया था और 2010 में से रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिला हुआ था। तो लेबर से रिलेटेड भी ट्रेड यूनियंस और अदर एम्प्लॉइज से रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, यानी कि यहाँ पर इन 20 कंट्रीज या फिर इन 19 कंट्रीज और यूरोपियन यूनियन के जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं बिजनेस के, वो वहां पर एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप्स की तरह वहां पर आते हैं। सिमिलरली यहाँ पर भी सेशंस और समिट्स चलते हैं। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं L20 जो था वो 2008 में फाउंड किया गया था और उसे रिकॉग्नाइजेशन 2011 में मिला था। C20 दैट इज सिविल 20, सिविल सोसाइटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो एनजीओ होते हैं 20 कंट्रीज में, उनके लिए भी एक फोरम बनाया गया था, फिर एक एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप, जो कि 2013 में इसे रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिला हुआ था। यूथ के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स के लिए भी वही 20 एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप बनाया गया था। थिंक टैंक्स, जो ग्लोबल थिंक टैंक्स होते हैं खासकर हमारे G20 कंट्रीज के, उनके लिए भी एक एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप बनाया गया था। वुमेन, खासकर वुमेन के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए, वुमेन राइट्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के लिए भी जो है 2015 में W20 एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप एस्टैब्लिश किया गया था। S20 फॉर साइंस एंड रिसर्च रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स एंड फाइनली U20 फॉर अर्बन रिप्रेजेंटेशंस, जो कि मेयर्स और गवर्नर्स होते हैं मेजर अर्बन सिटीज के। G20 में जितने भी मेजर बड़े बड़े अर्बन सिटीज हैं उन सभी के गवर्नर्स और मेयर्स के रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए वहां पर एंगेजमेंट के लिए G20 एंगेजमेंट ग्रुप्स बनाए गए। तो आप देख सकते हैं कि किस लिए G20 इतना सिग्निफिकेंट माना जाता है। और फिर हम एक बार देखते हैं कि इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है, किस किस तरीके से ये काम करने की कोशिश करता है, क्यों ये सबसे हटकर है। स्ट्रेंथनिंग फाइनेंशियल रेगुलेशंस, ऑफ कोर्स 75% ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट्स हम देख सकते हैं। अच्छा खासा जीडीपी का रिप्रेजेंटेशन दुनिया का यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है। तो फाइनेंशियल रेगुलेशंस को ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हैं इनकी मदद से। कोऑर्डिनेटेड फिजिकल एंड मॉनिटरी स्टिमुलस, मैंने आपको कई बार कहा कि फिजिकल जब वर्ड है इट इज रिलेटेड विद फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री, और मॉनिटरी जब वर्ड है तो इट इज रिलेटेड विद सेंट्रल बैंक और आरबीआई। तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि कंट्री में भी, इंडिविजुअल कंट्री में भी जो टैंडम होता है, जो फिजिकल फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री और जो उसकी सेंट्रल बैंक के बीच, वो भी कोऑर्डिनेट हो, सही तौर पर उसका स्टिमुलस भी आगे बढ़ता रहे। क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो मेजर डिसीजंस लिए जाते हैं वो इंडिविजुअल लेवल पर कंट्रीज में ही तो उन्हें फुलफिल किया जाता है। और सबसे अच्छी बात G20 की यह है कि ये फ्लेक्सिबल है और इंक्लूसिव है। नो डाउट हर साल प्रेसिडेंसी अलग अलग कंट्रीज के पास जाती है, हर 3 साल में एक बार एजेंडा चेंज किए जाते हैं। तो बहुत अच्छी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी और सभी का इंक्लूसिवनेस भी हमें यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है। क्योंकि जो कंट्री होस्ट करता है वहीं पर सेक्रेटेरिएट बनाया जाता है और वहीं पर से जो इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस वहां पर लिए गए हैं वहीं से उसका काम शुरू होता है। लेंडिंग में भी बहुत ही जबरदस्त इंक्रीज हुआ है, क्योंकि सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट टारगेट जो G20 के कंट्रीज ने रखा हुआ था वो इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस को रीस्ट्रक्चर ही करना था। यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं रिफॉर्म्स भी लाए गए थे, IMF, वर्ल्ड बैंक जैसे इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में भी। डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज को भी बहुत ही जबरदस्त सा स्कोप मिला हुआ था यहाँ पर लेंडिंग्स वगैरह के लिए भी, ताकि वो भी आगे बढ़ सके। ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन अग्रीमेंट्स कई साइन किए गए, क्योंकि G20 कंट्रीज जब समिट्स में मिलते हैं तो वहां पर हम देख सकते हैं इंडिविजुअल कंट्रीज भी एक दूसरे के साथ ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन अग्रीमेंट्स भी साइन कर सकते हैं। तो ओवरऑल ट्रेड और इकोनॉमिक इन्फ्लुएंस भी बहुत जबरदस्त सा होता है। एंड द वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज इट इज टू बिग टू फेल। अभी हमने जितने भी आंकड़े ऊपर देखे हुए थे, 60% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन रिप्रेजेंट करता है, इंपोर्ट्स और एक्सपोर्ट्स इसके किस तरीके से है, तो ये बहुत ही बड़ा है फेल होने के लिए। यानी कि दैट वेरी ह्यूजनेस इटसेल्फ इज मोर देन इनफ कि ये रेसिलिएंट एक ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म है या फिर एक रेसिलिएंट इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कहने के लिए। और चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से इश्यूज जो अब तक G20 ने एड्रेस किए हुए थे, फाइनेंशियल मार्केट से रिलेटेड चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस लिए गए थे, टैक्स और फिजिकल पॉलिसी से रिलेटेड भी इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस लिए गए थे, ट्रेड, एग्रीकल्चर, एम्प्लॉयमेंट, एनर्जी, करप्शन, वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, एजेंडा 2030, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंटल गोल्स जिन्हें हम कहते हैं, क्लाइमेट चेंज, ग्लोबल हेल्थ और एंटी टेररिज्म पर भी मेजर इश्यूज जो थे उन सभी के बारे में G20 के अलग अलग समिट्स में हमने डिस्कशन देखे हुए थे। और सिंस कोविड तो ग्लोबल हेल्थ तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट सा रोल प्ले कर रहा है। और इंडिया जो कि 2023 का होस्ट होने वाला है, तो कौन से प्रायोरिटी के एरियाज हम देख सकते हैं जो कि इंडिया ने ऑलरेडी डिसाइड किए हुए हैं। यहाँ पर इंडिया इन पर फोकस जरूर कर सकता है। टैक्स एवेशन से रिलेटेड इश्यूज हम हाईलाइट यहाँ पर कर सकते हैं। एक कंट्री से दूसरे कंट्रीज में टैक्स एवेशन बहुत ही हमें ज्यादा देखने को मिलता है। फाइट अगेंस्ट करप्शन के खिलाफ भी हम आवाज उठा सकते हैं। और तीसरा सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो कि हर जगह पर सिंस प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी हैज कम, इन्होंने बहुत ही कोशिश की हुई है ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म पर इस इशू को लाने की, दैट इज टेरर फंडिंग एंड स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड ऑथोरिटेरिज्म, क्योंकि इंडिया खुद प्रॉब्लम फेस कर चुका है इससे, तो ये भी हमारे लिए एक अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट हो सकता है यहाँ पर हाईलाइट करने के लिए। कटिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ रेमिटेंसेस, ऑफ कोर्स वन ऑफ द मोस्ट मेजर माइग्रेंट्स जो हमें देखने को मिलते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स ये कहावत भी है कि पूरी दुनिया में आपको हर कोने में कहीं ना कहीं एक चाइनीज और एक इंडियन देखने को मिलेंगे, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि ग्लोबल रेमिटेंस से रिलेटेड भी हम थोड़ा बहुत कॉस्ट कट करवा सकते हैं। और फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री भी हमारी टैप करने का यहाँ पर बहुत ही सुनहरा मौका है हमें। की ड्रग्स पर हम मार्केट एक्सेस के लिए भी बात कर सकते हैं। रिफॉर्म्स इन इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, ऑफ कोर्स ये तो एक्टिवली ऑलरेडी चल रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी हम ब्रिक्स का भी हिस्सा है, तो वहां पर न्यू डेवलपमेंट बैंक हम देख सकते हैं। तो इस तरीके से नए नए बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस और ऑलरेडी जो इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस चल रहे हैं उन पर भी हम रिफॉर्म्स लाने की बात कर सकते हैं। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट सी चीज, रियल एक्शन ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज। तो जितने भी कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज चलते हैं यूएनएफसीसीसी के, वहां पर बड़ी बड़ी प्रोमिसेस जरूर किए जाते हैं, लेकिन रियल एक्शन वहां पर नहीं होता। तो इंडिया ने भी ऑफ कोर्स हाल ही में जो कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज 26 ग्लासगो में हुआ था, वहां पर प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी ने 5 प्लेजेस दिए हुए थे। तो हम इस तरीके के इश्यूज भी वहां पर हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं कि वी डोंट नीड द टॉक, वी नीड द वॉक। चैलेंजेस क्या क्या है ओवरऑल G20 ग्रुपिंग में अगर हम बात कर सके? नो एनफोर्समेंट मैकेनिज्म, बिल्कुल यहाँ पर हम डिस्कशंस तो जरूर चलाते हैं, लेकिन उसे एनफोर्स किस तरीके से करेंगे ये मैकेनिज्म हमने अब तक नहीं बनाया G20 में। नॉट लीगली बाइंडिंग, आज के जमाने में जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट ग्रुपिंग्स, इंपॉर्टेंट इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फॉरम्स, प्लेटफॉर्म्स आप देखते हैं, सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम जो वो फेस करते हैं इज एक्चुअली द वॉलेंटरी नेचर ऑफ देयर अग्रीमेंट्स। वहां पर अग्रीमेंट्स तो साइन किए जाते हैं, बड़े बड़े बातें तो वहां पर की जाती है, लेकिन वो लीगली बाइंडिंग नहीं होती, यानी कि वो रिकमेंडेटरी नेचर पर होती हैं। तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए। मोस्टली ग्लोबल हेल्थ को सिक्योर करना, ऑफ कोर्स पोस्ट कोविड तो सबसे बड़ा हर्डल, अगर नॉट जस्ट G20, दुनिया के आगे अगर कुछ था तो वो ग्लोबल हेल्थ को सिक्योर करना था। रीफ्यूलिंग और फ्यूलिंग इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी, एंड ऑफ कोर्स पोस्ट कोविड जो कि कंटिन्यूस लॉकडाउन वगैरह पड़ रहे थे, तो इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी जैसे कि रिसिलियंट इकोनॉमी की हम बात करते हैं कि जितनी मांग उसे बढ़ेगी उतना ही ज्यादा और उतना ही जल्दी वो बाउंस बैक करेगा। तो इस तरीके की इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी के बारे में क्या सोचेगा G20? डिजिटल रेवोल्यूशन की हम बात करते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में अच्छी बात है कि वहां पर इंटरनेट कनेक्शन हो या फिर डिजिटल लिटरेसी ज्यादा हो, लेकिन जब हम ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर की ज्यादातर जब हम बात करते हैं, क्योंकि इस ग्रुपिंग में हम इंडिया, सऊदी अरेबिया, इस तरीके की कंट्रीज भी देखते हैं, तो वहां पर डिजिटल रेवोल्यूशन हम कैसे लाएंगे? क्लाइमेट चेंज रिस्क सबसे बड़ा एज ऑफ नाउ। अभी हाल ही में भी इंटर गवर्नमेंटल पैनल और क्लाइमेट चेंज के रिपोर्ट्स भी आए हुए थे, तो उसे किस तरीके से डील करेगा, ये वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चैलेंजेस है। इसके आगे प्लास्टिक से रिलेटेड भी हम मुहिम चला रहे हैं, तो लेट अस वेट एंड वॉच। और ग्लोबल फ्रेमवर्क फॉर टैक्स रिफॉर्म, स्पेसिफिकली जो कि अभी हमने देखा कि टैक्स एवेजन जैसे प्रॉब्लम्स भी हम फेस कर रहे हैं, तो ग्लोबल फ्रेमवर्क की बहुत ही जरूरत है टैक्स रिफॉर्म्स के लिए, जो यूनानिमसली ये सभी G20 कंट्रीज एक्सेप्ट करेंगे और ये लीगली बाइंडिंग होनी चाहिए। तो वे अहेड क्या हो सकता है इसका? टिल नाउ अगर सच बताएं तो G20 व्हेन कंपेयर्ड विद अदर रीजनल ग्रुपिंग्स या फिर अदर इंटर गवर्नमेंटल फोरम्स बहुत ही सही ट्रैक पर जा रहा है। कंसिस्टेंसी वो मेंटेन कर रहा है, क्योंकि बाकी अभी सार्क के बारे में भी हमने एक वीडियो बनाया हुआ, अगर आपने नहीं देखा तो आप एक बार जाकर जरूर देखें, तो वहां पर भी हमने देखा कंसिस्टेंसी ही नहीं थी वहां पर। तो इस तरीके का काम G20 में हमें नहीं देखने को मिल रहा है। कंसिस्टेंसी वो लोग मेंटेन कर रहे हैं और इंपॉर्टेंट से डिसीजंस ले रहे हैं, और इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजंस ले भी रहे हैं, इवन दो दे माइट नॉट बी लीगली बाइंडिंग, लेकिन ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो उन्हें फॉलो करने की कोशिश भी कर रहे हैं। दूसरा सबसे मोर इंपॉर्टेंट वे अहेड जो होगा, स्टडी ऑफ चेंजिंग डिमांड फॉर स्किल्स। ऑफ कोर्स स्किल्स हैव बीन वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट फॉर डिस्कशन एंड डिबेट। इंडिया जैसा एक कंट्री जो कि सेकंड टॉप मोस्ट पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री है, लेकिन वहां पर स्किल के लेवल्स बहुत ही कम है, लगभग 40 से 45% के आसपास ही है जिनके पास एडिक्वेट स्किल है एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए। तो G20 नेशंस किस तरीके से इस पर काम करेगा? मोस्टली दिस कैन बी द नेक्स्ट वे अहेड। और टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशंस पर थोड़ा बहुत फोकस करेंगे तो बहुत ही अच्छा हो सकता है। इंडस्ट्री में इनोवेशन के लिए खासकर जो है पॉलिसीज वो बना सकते हैं, और इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट से रिलेटेड भी चंद इंपॉर्टेंट से डिस्कशंस करेंगे तो बहुत ही अच्छा होगा। और रीडिफाइन करने की हमें जरूरत है कि अरीना क्या क्या होंगे कोऑपरेशन के। ऑफकोर्स हमने देखा कि अंडर द अर्थ जो कुछ भी मिल रहा है वो सभी के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। हाँ, माना कि G20 एक फाइनेंस रिलेटेड, एक टैक्सेशन रिलेटेड, इस तरीके से इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड है, लेकिन यहाँ पर क्लाइमेट चेंज की भी हम बात कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर हम ग्लोबल हेल्थ की भी वगैरह की भी बात कर रहे हैं। तो रीडिफाइन करने की जरूरत है कि अरीनास क्या क्या होंगे कोऑपरेशन के और किस तरीके से होंगे। और सबसे आखिर में जो सबसे कंसोलिडेटेड एक वे अहेड जो G20 के लिए जो देखने को मिलता है, दैट इज लेस टॉक एंड मोर एक्शन। रेगुलरली वो मिल जरूर रहे हैं, एजेंडा सेट कर रहे हैं, रेगुलरली फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर्स वगैरह की भी मीटिंग हो रही है, है, लेकिन एक्शन कितना हुआ है उस पर, लीगली बाइंडिंग एग्रीमेंट्स क्यों नहीं हो रहे हैं। तो ये थी चंद बातें आपको जाननी थी ग्रुप ऑफ 20 या फिर G20 इंटरगवर्नमेंटल ग्रुपिंग के बारे में।
Ready? Welcome, Mr. Jaron. Happy to see you here.
Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. You can hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon. Nice to see everybody.
Ready? Yes. Yes, doctor.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our G20 Youth Cabinet. We are so excited to have you with us today. Like every week, we bring an incredible topic that we need all to discuss because we want to inspire, we want to ignite, and we want to initiate. This week's topic is digitalization and innovation. The G20 Summit is an annual international forum that convenes leaders from the most significant global economies to address and discuss economic challenges that affect the world. The forum provides an exceptional platform for dialogue and collaboration among the participating nations. The summit's primary objective is to develop and implement policies to enhance and really to help financial stability and promote sustainable growth worldwide. The G20 Summit is a critical event where leaders engage in crucial discussions on trade, investment, innovation, and international cooperation. The summit also offers a unique opportunity for leaders to establish and strengthen relations with their global counterparts, fostering a more productive and prosperous global conversation. The countries involved in the G20 Summit 2023 and will soon 2024 as members of the G20 are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, the European Union that's represented by the President of the European Commission, of the President of the European Council. The objectives of the G20 Summit are multifaceted and they encompass various global issues. Some of these key objectives are economic growth, promoting sustainable, balanced economic growth globally, international trade, enhancing international trade and investment to foster job creation and economic development, financial stability, strengthening the stability and the resilience of the international financial system, sustainable development, addressing global challenges including climate change, poverty eradication, and sustainable development. Infrastructure investment. What does this entail? Promoting infrastructure throughout the world, making sure that every country has what it needs to succeed. Digital economy, advancing digitalization, which we'll be discussing today, and harnessing the potential of new technologies for inclusive growth. Employment and education, creating opportunities for quality education for everybody, and making sure that we have skilled workforce for all of us. Global health, collaborating on global health challenges, including pandemics, and we've experienced before, and access for affordable health care. NGOs and online organizations such as ours are crucial in supporting the summit's success. They contribute in several ways. One of those is advocacy. NGOs and online organizations raise awareness about key issues and advocate for specific policies or actions. Also, research and analysis. They provide valuable research, data, and analysis on various global issues and challenges, assisting policymakers in really making informed decisions. Partnerships. NGOs and online organizations such as ours collaborate with government, businesses, and other stakeholders to implement and project initiatives that are key in aligning the summit's objective. Grassroots engagement, the key to any success when it comes to any global issue. These organizations engage with local communities and leaders, amplifying their voices and addressing their needs. Knowledge sharing. These NGOs and online organizations, such as ours, facilitate knowledge sharing and capacity building through workshops, conferences, and online platforms supporting the exchange of best practices and innovative solutions. As you can see, the G20 will be so necessary in the upcoming for future generations. We have community partners that make this possible. I'll start with IIU. I am part of this great organization. It's the leading virtual education system and global brand confederation. It's renowned for its innovative programs and commitment to provide education that's qualified and accessible to anybody around the globe. Under the visionary leadership of its founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, a dedicated social activist and advocate, IIU has rapidly expanded its reach, establishing itself in 195 countries and 6 continents. This remarkable growth is a testament to IIU's trusted reputation and its mission to attend and be inclusive and offer a diverse education to all. IIU recognizes that a skill-driven education is the key to educate the future leaders and shapers of a new world. We also would like to thank another great community partner, GSFN, the Global Sustainable Finance Network. It's a voluntary membership-based organization launched by the European Organization for Sustainable Development and the Association of Development of Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific. It was launched in 2011 under the auspices of the World Federation of Development Financing Institutions. The mission: to promote sustainable finance through initiatives that provide growth opportunities to members, enhance their capacities, foster innovation, and bring together stakeholders to promote a model of financial in the industry that is based on sustainable practices. Their objectives: the GSFN has been established to provide a common platform that helps its members' financial institutions benefit from opportunities emerging through transformation to sustainable economy. They support its members in developing capacities to integrate sustainability across the board. They foster initiatives that help build public-private partnerships. They offer networking opportunities to members' financial institutions, multilateral organizations, government bodies, businesses and industry, and other stakeholders for sharing experiences and ideas. They provide a forum to support the development and execution of sustainable finance policy. They present a marketplace for its members to promote their substantial financial expertise. They perform any task that promotes a sustainable finance. Our other incredible community partner is IGEN. The 74 million young Americans born between 1995 and 2012 comprise the most important generation in the nation's history, both in size and in composition. 1 out of 4 Americans from ages 5 to 23 have been collectively dubbed the IGEN generation. It's a shortened descriptor for internet generation. Not only has it become the largest social cohort, outnumbering millennials and baby boomers, the IGEN generation, or the IGENers, is also the most ethnically diverse generation compared to its predecessor. Our other group is the International R&D Group. It facilitates and promotes all technical and non-technical research and development. It gives all people a universal platform to expose and show their R&D, talents, and creativity, cultural or educational growth, and surveys. Research facilitates and the dissemination of policy issues across the country and internationally to benefit the mass. The International R&D Group is associated with 292 international journals of different streams in India and across the world, and has more than 1,000 of these international journals. The International R&D Group is promoting socio-science, engineering, technology, management, research by organizing international conferences, workshops, model exhibitions, guest lectures, intellectual meets, employment skills, education, etc. It gives all people of the world a universal platform to expose and show their R&D talent. And their main objective is to benefit them. This is what we will do today. Welcome to all. And now I will introduce our project director, Dr. Srividhya Sukumar. Thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. That was a very warm introduction and a warm welcome. Thank you so much. Well, I'm sure that Dr. Virginia has gone much in detail today to welcome and give us the background of this G20 International Youth Cabinet. As Madam has already mentioned, Educate Global developed this novel initiative of G20 Youth Cabinet to cohort channels to open its doors to young individuals from diverse backgrounds worldwide with all its community partners. This platform invites participants to present insights and inferences contributing to UNESCO's Sustainable Developmental Goals. This initiative aims to address the following agenda, and the contributions made by the youth will help to shape up the program's outcomes. So there goes our preamble, which says that this agenda is a plan of action of people, planet, and prosperity for peace and partnership. So it also seeks to strengthen the universal peace in a larger freedom. And we recognize eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge and indispensable requirement for sustainable development. So all countries and stakeholders and all government and NGOs are working together in a collaborative partnership will help to implement this plan. And we are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of the poverty and want to heal and secure our planet. We are determined on this platform in the name of Youth Cabinet to take this bold and transformative steps to shift the world onto a sustainable and resilient path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge that no one will be left behind. So our motto is that the 17 sustainable goals and the 169 targets that we are announcing to demonstrate the scale and ambition of this new universal agenda, and they seek to develop in cohort coalition with the Millennium Developmental Goals, which will compete with what is not being achieved. So they seek to realize the human rights and achieve gender equality and also the empowerment of women and girls and also the literacy percentage. So these are integrated with the balance of 3 dimensions of the sustainable development of economic, social, and environmental needs. On that note, today we are presenting before you our topic of digitalization and innovation with G20 series. So when we talk about digitalization and innovation of G20 series, it involves 5 major factors. That is digital economy and the trade policies which are involved in it, global standards of which are going to be incorporated as standards and strategies for emerging technologies. So that's thereby we are connecting it to a seamless integration of the digital global ecosystem, promoting innovation for Industry 4.0. When we do that, what has to be taken into account is that cybersecurity and data protection, which is a key thing which cannot be compromised. So with the act of inclusive digitalization towards the goal of technology for sustainable development, today we have come up with the pointers, not compromising on fintech and digital financial inclusion, digital infrastructure and connectivity, education and skill development, we are addressing the pointers for today under the headers of G20 Youth Cabinet with a panel of experts, as Dr. Virginia is one of them. Welcome to you, ma'am. Thanks for giving your expert, concise, and your insights. Dr. B. Tanuja, representing Dr. MGR University, is one among them. Dr. S. O. Adibisi is again one of the experts who is going to do the summarization for the speakers. With Engineer S. Prasanna sir will be also one of the experts who have worked with all the speakers to comprise and to cohort this challenge on the first topic of new materials and the next production revolution. That's the topic, that's the first pointer that we are announcing it for today, which will be addressed by Mr. Yan On, who is the Managing Director of SAE Institute. So, on that note, let me welcome and present before you Mr. Yan On, who is the Education Senior Executive, who is the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operation Officer for Education Innovation, and who has been in Dubai for nearly about 5 years or even more than that. So rest all, we leave it to Mr. Yan On to address the gathering, and we'll get to know more about him towards his address. Thank you, sir. We open the forum with you and we are inaugurating it with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Srividhya, and thank you, Dr. Virginia, for the opportunity. And it's lovely to be here with everybody in this esteemed panel to discuss this very important topic. I think we have the right group of people together here, because the first point that I want to refer to is that none of what we are trying to achieve through the G20, or whether it is the sustainable goals for G30, or whether it is through this youth cabinet, the United Nations objectives, none of this is possible without education. And everybody that is gathered here today is in some way involved in education, I would believe. The second point that I want to make is that the objectives of inclusivity and sustainability probably stands as the two most important objectives that we are trying to achieve. First of all, including as many different role players in achieving the objectives that has been set out, and then doing that in a sustainable way that paves the way for people, planet, and peace as we are trying to achieve, and addressing the challenges that are brought forward through global poverty. When we talk about new materials and the next production revolution, it's important that we think about the concept of a shift in thinking that is happening globally. Sometimes people refer to a global shift in thinking as a paradigm shift. And this word, paradigm shift, is sometimes used very loosely to describe any kind of change that happens across the globe. However, a true paradigm shift is when there is a change in thinking, a change in actions, a change in behavior that really requires the whole world, the global community, to adjust to a new way of doing things. This happened in the first and second and even the third industrial revolutions around the world, where there was a global shift of how we worked, how we thought, how we did things, and then it affected the future of the planet. Some of those shifts was to our benefit because it brought new technologies that have really moved the human race forward in many ways. If we think of the new technology that was brought onto the global stage, even from the implementation of the first press, for example, that made the distribution of knowledge possible through the printing press and so forth. Maybe it is after the invention of the steam engine and the new industrial age that happened, and the effect that had on the way that people saw working and how they were engaging in work. However, the effects of what happened at that stage also brought the effects and the result of where we are today with global pollution, the effect on the environment, the effect on how people have been forced away from being able to do subsistence farming and have to be able to depend on global farming practices in order to survive. So you have this dichotomy that happens, this balance between new technologies and then the effect of new technologies. If we think of new materials and the new production revolution, we also are faced with what the effects of this could be. New materials, we talk about nanomaterials, for example, new biomaterials that can be developed and that can be brought into manufacturing processes, products that brings in durability that will last longer, that is more sustainable. Today, globally, the ability to replace plastic products and plastic pollution exists on a global scale by using plant-based materials and nanotechnology, but it is dependent on the political will and on the innovation and sustainable investment of countries to be able to fund and to drive this transition. So it is possible. It is possible the technology already exists today. So we need countries, research, academia, politicians, and industry to invest in research and development to discover and utilize new processes, new production methods, new products, new kind of, whether it is biomaterials or nanomaterials, in order to come up with new sustainable solutions that will affect the whole of the global community and then drive this shift in thinking and way of doing things that is required. However, the thing that we need to keep in mind is even this new technology might have an impact in the same way as the Industrial Revolution brought forth factories that then resulted in global air pollution. In the same way as production of new materials, which only 50, 60 years ago, new materials like plastic was invented. Sometimes we think of something like plastic as a material that have been around forever. It hasn't. Plastic is less than 80 years old. So and plastic takes about sometimes up to 300 to 400 years to degenerate in nature. So every single piece of plastic that has ever been produced on the face of this planet, if it has not been recycled, are still in existence today because it has still not been able to biodegrade. So we need to think of what will be the effect of new production and material methods that we come up today that will have an effect in the next 100 or 200 years and affect us as a global community. This paradigm shift is something that gets to be driven, as we mentioned earlier, from ground level to change the perspectives of young people through the influence of education. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Definitely, I think it's really provocative. what we're talking about. I think you were the right person with the right topic to start today's conversation, because it makes us think and makes us realize that we are responsible for what's coming. When we started with plastic, we thought it was the great invention. We thought it was probably, what would save us all. It would make our life so much easier. And now we see how hard we're all working to come together to find a solution to something that seemed like a godsend and something that would save us all with time and convenience. So going forward, definitely, we know that new materials and innovative production, we need to be so much more careful. And like you said, we all need to come together to really create something that will bring new opportunities, but will also be sustainable and will bring efficient manufacturing practices. I think we always worry about plastic. I think my daughters, I have young daughters, they're 20, and that's their biggest concern in life as young people is how do we get rid of plastic? And I think that it's everybody's concern, not only our generation, their generation, but future generations. So definitely there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of things to think about, but we all need to come together. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. I think it's the right conversation to have to start today's G20. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Yannon, and thank you, Dr. Virginia, for the summary. And as Mr. Yannon was rightfully mentioning, that NPR production revolution, that is NPR, next production revolution, is often the word that used to describe the ongoing transformation of the production systems and the manufacturing processes that are involved in the context of fourth industrial revolution, which is otherwise called as Industry 4.0. So as he was mentioning, as Mr. Yannon was mentioning, this NPR definitely represents a shift towards more advanced and interconnected production methods, incorporating the cutting-edge technologies to enhance efficiency, flexibility, and the innovation and the changing trends that are always on the requirement. So definitely without compromising on the digitalization, the connectivity factor, which are required or which becomes more indispensable for the extensive digitalization of manufacturing processes, with the advancement of robotics and automation systems and artificial intelligence taking the lead, and so-called the machine engineering, and also about the automation projects which are being involved in 3D printing and AR and VR, that is virtual reality and augmented reality, all revolving under one topic, under one header, sustainability with the circular economy.
I wanted to add, Dr. Srividhya, one really quickly. I think talked about it. I think we did it again today about nanomaterials and biomaterials and the potential it has to revolutionize the industries that we're taking care of now, that we're so concerned about now, like manufacturing, construction, healthcare, and electronics. What's coming? We need to be just as careful. I think we learned with just plastic to talk about what material, how careful we have to be going forward.
Very true, very true. As it was mentioned during the conversation by Mr. Yannon also, the sustainable production practices, which is a key word there, and it always heads towards circular economy, as Dr. Virginia was adding up there. And also when it is adding up there, we have to know how to optimize our resources which are available to us, reducing wastage and use of eco-friendly materials and processes. Thank you, Mr. Yannon. It was so very insightful, and thanks for sharing all your inferences. Hope we will be able to take it to the think tank projects of G20, and we will come back to you with our feedback and also their feedback. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, and it's a lovely to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So moving ahead, maybe welcome our next speaker for the day, Mr. Sukumar, who is a student from CSE, who is studying AIML and is a volunteer from IGEN. He would like to speak further on digital technologies and future production. Digital technologies and future production will be addressed by Mr. Dinesh Kumar E, if is ready. Mr. Dinesh Kumar, you're ready?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, yeah. Okay. If it's possible, can you please on your video camera?
I think I'm not able to on my video cam, but I have a presentation which I can share my screen.
Please.
I think the host has disabled the screen share cam.
Now you can able to share this screen.
Okay. Now, is my screen visible?
Yes. Your screen is much visible. It's quite clear to us. You're also audible. You can go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, fine. Good evening, esteemed members of G20 International Youth Campaign and distinguished guests. I extend a warm digital welcome to each and every one of you around the world. As Srividhya Sukumar already introduced me, I am from Sri Sairam Engineering College studying AIML, and I am a volunteer from IGEN. Today I will be talking about digital technology and future production. So let's move on. I am splitting this presentation into 3 parts. In the first part, we will be discussing about the future technologies. Then we will be moving to Industry 4.0 revolution, and then we will dive into the real case studies, and then we will conclude this. I think this will cover most of the topics. So moving on, first is future technology. Here, first we will be exploring these 4 topics which are predominant in the current 21st century. First is artificial intelligence. Then we will be looking at Internet of Things. Then moving on, we will be looking at cloud computing, big data, and also 3D printing. Okay, AI. Artificial intelligence, commonly known as AI, has revolutionized the landscape of technology. It comprises of a range of computer systems that can perform range of traditionally exclusive tasks that are exclusive for human, such as recognizing speech, making decisions, and identifying underlying patterns. In today's world, AI powers a variety of technology, including machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and many more. We often mention AI today as the suite of machine learning powered technologies. For example, the current bloom in AI, which is ChatGPT, and also Google's Gemini. And also we can see some machine learning in YouTube recommendation system, Netflix recommendation system, which recommends you new videos based on your previous watch histories. And also personal assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, and many more. Those will be able to answer answering questions, setting reminders, and also able to control smart home devices. Then moving on, next is Internet of Things. Internet of Things is nothing but a network of interconnected devices, sensors, and other objects that can communicate and exchange data over Internet. This IoT mainly relies on 5G technology, which enables high-speed transmission between devices. These devices can span from everyday objects like smart home appliances, wearables, to industry machineries like machines and packing machines from warehouses, and many more. The aim of IoT is to boost efficiency, automation, and smooth the communication between physical object and digital systems. In the industry sector, IoT enabled sensors in machinery monitoring performance and detect potential issues also in real time. Then moving on, we will be looking at cloud computing. Cloud computing and big data refers to a vast and rapid growth of data sets. Data is considered to be the oil of 21st century. And this big data and cloud computing play a versatile role in this. Cloud computing is an on-demand availability of computing resources. Since powerful machines can't be afforded by everyone, big companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft owns these kind of machines, and they rent it to us on a base of subscription. So this is basically a cloud computing, and this cloud computing and big data follows 4 V's. Which is variety, which includes different type of data that can be handled, and velocity, which is the generation of rapid generation of large amount of data, and volume, which is massive production of it. Then value refers to the how important is the data that we are gathering. Then we will be looking at 3D printing. 3D printing, which is also called as additive manufacturing, is a process of creating a physical object from CAD models, which is computer-aided designs. Unlike traditional manufacturing, which is basically called a subtractive process, in which we will make a initial product and then mold it or cut it according to our necessary. But in 3D printing, we will be adding layers and layers of that filament, which can be remolded to a required shape. Then we are diving into the next topic, which is Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, often termed as the fourth industry revolution, signifies the ongoing transformation of manufacturing and associated industries through the integration of digital technologies. Unlike previous revolutions, Industry 4.0 not solely about the adoption of more technology, but rather about creating a smart, interconnected, autonomous system. At the core of Industry 4.0, as we previously discussed, these 5 to 6 things are the core components which allow us to dive into Industry 4.0. The Internet of Things, the AI, big data, robotics, and then also we can also include AR, VR, which is augmented reality, mixed reality. Latest, so the news was going around Apple Vision Pro, which was one of the giant leap in the AR, VR market. Then talking about the benefits of Industry 4.0, it enables an increase in efficiency and production, enhances the production quality, allows for greater flexibility and customization, more sustainable and environment benefit, and new business service. Then the challenges of Industry 4.0 is investment and infrastructure. We need a heavy investment. Heavy investment and need a lot of infrastructure. Then workforce skills and reskilling. This is a shift in industry. We need to reskill most of the employees, and we need to take care of data security and privacy. Then there are also some ethical considerations about copyrights and many more. Then now we are going to case study. Let's imagine there is a farmer in Kenya who uses a smartphone app to analyze soil conditions and receive personalized fertilizer recommendation. And also he has a drone spray which allows to spray the insecticides and other pesticides according to the current levels. Then let's keep him as John. John is a small-scale Kenyan farmer who traditionally relies on instinct and experience to manage his crops. This often leads to inconsistency in yields, and also there might be a wastage of resources. So to avoid this, now we look at the transformation. Now we are going to give him a 4 type of transformations. The first one is give him a soil sensor. John installs soil sensors, which are affordably available, to wirelessly transmit the data to Kilimo Saloma. This is the kind of app they are using currently. Then next is AI-powered analysis. Here comes the part of machine learning, which analyze the moisture, nutrient, and weather patterns to give the best recommendation system. The next topics describes about that. Then using the personalized recommendation, he receives accurate fertilizer usage, which helps in reducing the cost and also helps in environmental impact. And next is remote monitoring. This is one of the important feature. Using the drone images, he can able to manage a large amount of land solely by himself. These drones are usually autonomous, so they need a very little or fully autonomous control. So the results will be the increase in yield, reduced cost, sustainable practices, as there is a minimized in water, and also we are reducing the wastage, and we are also not contaminating the environment. Then empowering farmers. So here basically John gains knowledge about the technology and also he makes use of it. Then this is just one example. Precision livestock farming, vertical farming, which is basically using the hydroponics and LED lights to grow plants, and also in predictive maintenance, in which AI predicts equipment failures and which prevents the downfall and increase the production and efficiency. So in the end, as we reflect on the diverse array of digital technologies discussed from today's AI, IoT, big data, industry 4.2, it becomes evident that we stand at the threshold of new era of innovation and progress. This technology not only holds the potential to transform the industries and reshape economies, but also to improve lives and drive positive change. In closing, let remain committed to the ideas of collaboration, innovation, and sustainability as we navigate to the complexity of rapidly evolving world. Together, let's forge a future where technology serves as a catalyst for positive transformation, empowering individuals and communities to thrive into an ever-changing landscape. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation by Dinesh Kumar. And definitely we are there with you, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, as you have rightly mentioned about exactly what all features of innovation 2.0 or the way that we call it is going to really take over or rule the world as the IoT, the main IoT that you mentioned. It involves the connecting of the physical devices and the machines to the internet and allowing them to have the exchange of data. So the big data analysis and the compilation is a big thing that it's a threat actually in the society, like where we are not able to actually keep the safe and secure data. And every time it just have its own discomforts and demerits in terms of industry trends and which leads to not the companies or even the corporate sector, sometimes in the government sector, not helping them to make informed decisions actually. So moving ahead, like some of the other good features that I could find is the most innovative methods that you have handled and you have presented with artificial intelligence and machine engineering. So that's again a very important factor that people should keep in mind for predictive maintenance, as you have rightly said. What is going to come up, and people have to be proactive in involving these kind of maintenance work that has to be interpreted well in the system with good quality control and optimizing the production schedules. As you have taken a very good example, most relevant example of the farmers and their problems and how to tackle those problems. So that shows how proactive you are in your thinking. And such that, that was a wonderful example. I really enjoyed listening to the conversation there. And not compromising on other troubleshooting processes and better optimization for its rationale. We really liked your presentation. It's a very good presentation, and it gave us a very good start. And you, and also one last but not the least mention that you have mentioned about the blockchain technologies for secure and transparent transactions that can be augmented with the supply chain to ensure the integrity and traceability of the data and reducing the risk of frauds and errors. Thank you so much. Thank you. Moving ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a wonderful presentation once again, Mr. Dinesh Kumar. Thank you. So is Mr. Shyam Ganesh is ready? Dr. Virginia, would you like to add on anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, so we'll go ahead with Mr. Shyam Ganesh, who is volunteer with IGEN. Again, he is going to talk about digital technologies and their future production. So welcome, sir. Welcome. So Mr. Shyam Ganesh is again our speaker, and the floor is all yours.
Yeah, ma'am. Is it audible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, good evening to one and all present here. So, I'm myself, Shyam Ganesh from Amit University. So, I'm currently pursuing my BEEM at Amit University, and I'm a part of IGEN member. So, I'm glad to be here in G20's program. So, the next is table of contents. The overview of digital technology and the impact on production processes and automation and in artificial intelligence. Then case study, then benefits and challenges, and conclusion.
Mr. Shyam, can you go on to the slideshow mode?
Yeah, ma'am.
Just try that if you can. Because your slides are not moving. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Is it okay, ma'am?
It's not moving. It's frozen actually.
Oh, 1 second, ma'am.
Yeah, now it is moving. Only thing is you have to go to the slideshow. Slideshow.
Yeah, ma'am. Is it okay, ma'am?
Shyam?
Yes, ma'am.
In top right corner, it's having a slideshow. See that, Shyam? Click that. In top home page is there, no? In that side, we have a slideshow. Other topic here. Home page, insert, designs, animation, and the slideshow is there, no? Go to that slideshow. Go to that slideshow. Up. Come up. Home page, insert, designs, animation,
Yes.
slideshow is there.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Slideshow.
Insert, design, animation, then slideshow.
Slideshow. Up. Designs, animation, slideshow.
Yes, sir.
From beginning.
Now from the beginning.
From beginning.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
And now you'll have to wait for 2 minutes because too much of click will froze the screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Freeze the screen. Tanuja ma'am, yes, I'm sorry. I think you should have done the summary. Maybe
Yes,
for Shyam. Yeah, sorry. We will.
No problem. For Shyam can proceed with the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. For next speaker, I'll.
Sure.
Thank you.
Shyam, try double click with from the beginning.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yes, I think it should come now.
Is it moving, ma'am?
Shyam, you have to choose slideshow. I think it is frozen. Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah, ma'am. Is it moving or it is frozen?
You have to choose a second. Press enter. Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah,
It's moving, ma'am.
And press it.
I think it should.
Is it okay, ma'am?
Yeah, please. I think you can go ahead. Is not slideshow not happening somehow?
Okay, ma'am. Can I move like this?
Yes. Okay.
So, good evening to one and all present here. My topic is about digital technology and future production. So, I'm Sham Ganesh from third year, currently pursuing BEEEM at Amit University. So, my next slide. So, the table of contents. So, the overview of digital technology and impact on production process and automation and artificial intelligence. Then case study, then benefits and challenges, and then conclusion. So my overview of digital technologies, first comes artificial intelligence. So this AI refers to machines who can enable and process the simulation of human intelligence. So it can be applied in industries and machineries who can perform better as well as humans. So the next is virtual augmented reality. So when it comes to VR and AR, so this is an immersive and interactive experience which can then be digital worlds. So a person can involve like a digital world who can sit from a place to get into a digital world, such as gaming and education. Then comes to data security. So when it comes to data security, we have to manage the data, and it cannot be processed, and it can be authorized to access and abuse. So that this data security is enabled because of threatening and other concerns. So this is a crucial term which comes to manage the data security. So the next is robotic process. So this robotic process involves the automated and repetitive based tasks. So industries such as banking and logistics can implement increased efficiency and accuracy productivity. So the next is blockchain. So when it comes to blockchain is an immersive network that can make a transaction with a transparent digital ledger that can secure and record the verifies the transaction, and which cannot be threatened, and easily it can be stored. So industries like finance supplies can enhance the security, and it can involve in. This comes to cloud computing. This cloud computing allows the data to be stored in network. Whenever we need the data, we can retrieve from the internet, and allows us to enable the resources. So this is a block diagram. Increased efficiency, reduced cost, and improved quality. So this improved quality depends on the digital technology, which can produce an accurate process and result in higher quality products and reduce the defect. Reduced cost. The cost of the system can be less, and the material can be in a higher efficiency. So this is increased efficiency. The efficiency of the digital technology can be automated and streamlined, which can be manually automated, and it can be increased in overall efficiency. So the next is role of automation. So this automation is referred as the performs tasks without an human intelligence. So it can enable with a crucial play rolling on efficiency, and it can be automated such as coding, like other accuracy. So the role of artificial intelligence. This AI refers to machines that can stimulate like a human intelligence by performing tasks without an human knowledge. So it can be enhanced in a larger data and can make a predictions that can be used in decision making without a human intelligence. So the benefits of automation and AI. So increased efficiency. Automation and AI can be streamlined production process that can reduce the resources required. So the accuracy. The accuracy is a main part which can be enhanced to AI that is properly algorithmic with the humans and compared to humans. Next is potential challenges. The workforce displacement. The adoption of automation and AI will lead to job displacement, and whose work can be automated. So it can replace the human's task with the machines. So the skills gap. The implementation of automation can require workers who acquire and adapt to changing the job requirements. The job requirements can be replaced with machines and can perform better tasks and performance. So this is the case study. So when compared to case study, we can take Tesla, Amazon, and Siemens. We can refer to them as a case study. And results and benefits. So these companies can experience and enhance the efficiency, and they have innovations and can contribute sustainability through a digital transformation and their production. So this benefits of implementing digital technology. So it can be increased in efficiency and productivity, improve in accuracy and precision, and streamline process and reduced waste. So they have enhanced quality control and the product, and they have a proper consistency. So the challenges of implementing digital technology. So it is initial investment and implementation. Then workforce training and skill development are more important. And cybersecurity risk and data research. And the cybersecurity risk, when it comes to cybersecurity risk, it can be more advanced that AI can support. And the integration and compatibility issues. The data can be integrated and it can be properly dispatched. So in summary, a digital technology is a revolutionary future production. So in additive, the AI comes to one field that can improve the boost and efficiency, and it can be sustainable. So this transformation ensures competency and the more agile and environment. So it can be product in a further mode. So thank you.
Dinesh, sorry, Shyam.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Very nice presentation. Yes, ma'am. Please.
So, Dr. Tanuja, can you do the summary for Mr. Shyam, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Shyam, your presentation is very good, and the previous presenter, Mr. Dinesh, as well as Shyam, touched the topic, the pointer they touched on digital technology and future production. So they added the key technologies of IoT, AML, and big data, cloud computing. And also, Shyam touched the points on impact and production process, how the digital technology helps in the production sectors and how it is reducing the cost and plays a vital role in the economy of the nations and also the efficiency. And he also talked about the case studies, how the digital technologies helps in the industry 4.4. And also how it is helpful for manufacturing, improving and distribute their products. So it's quite interesting. And the previous speaker also touched the points on the farmer, how the digital technology helpful for the farmers. So I think this topic they have covered the entire how the transformation, the importance of the transformation is required for the industry 4.4. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tanuja. And Dr. Virginia, would you like to add on anything there? Please.
Hi, I just wanted to say that both the speakers really talked about really integrating digital technology in production processes. And I think that that is definitely going to be the future. When we spoke with our first speaker, just being careful about how it really is going to impact the way we live and putting convenience aside. But definitely when we embrace digital transformation, like they've shown in both cases, we definitely create new opportunities for growth. So I think that's probably what we're going to see today, but the first two were really great. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. So moving ahead, we have Ms. Kakai Dafine, representation from GSFN, who is a student of Business Administration and Management. And she is going to present the topic of the same topic, rather, digital technologies and future production. So, Ms. Kakai?
Yes.
Yeah. So the floor is all
Yes.
yours.
Yeah, I'm on.
Yes. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you too. I'm going to present on the topic of digital technologies and future production. Hope you're all getting me.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I'll define the digital technologies. Digital technologies refers to the electronic tools, devices, systems, and resources used to process, store, and manage data. It includes a wide range of technologies such as information technology, digital marketing, artificial intelligence or AI, blockchain, and educational technologies. Then I'll also have to explain on the topic of future production. Future production is the process of creating goods and services that satisfy consumers' wants. It involves combining various inputs such as raw materials, labor, and knowledge to produce an output with value. This output can be a physical good and immaterial service, or a combination of both. And under the production, you've got the factors that production. We have land, labor, and capital. There is also entrepreneur, though I've not included it here, essential components of production process. And then in this process, I'll combine the two, how digital technologies have been beneficial to the production. Now, first of all, we're going to work on the examples of digital technologies used in production. We have the advanced robotics are used to automate repetitive tasks and improve efficiency in manufacturing environments. These advanced robotics, you can find them in manufacturing areas that produce goods. For example, the textiles and other things. So for them, they do the repetitive work. So in which there is the work to be done. Then you have the cloud computing. These tools facilitate collaboration, data sharing, and real-time performance monitoring across different locations and devices. Then you have the big data and analytical tools. These tools enable manufacturers to collect and analyze data from various sources, providing insights into operations and supporting data-driven decision-making. Among others, those are some of the examples I made during my research. Although there are other examples that my colleagues gave. Then here we're going to relate how digital technology has been beneficial to production. The digital technology has reduced energy consumption. This can be through the use of smart technology in homes, buildings, and industrial processes, as well as the development of energy efficient productions and services. Then the other point of where they minimize waste. They enable the recycling and reclamation of materials from electronic wastes, reducing the need for new resource extraction. Then we have the other point is improved efficiency. It streamlines production processes, reduces downtime, and optimizes energy usage, leading to improved operational efficiency and reduced environmental impact. When we use this digital technology, all the work is done effectively and efficiently, like we get smart work out of it, compared to work which can be done by a person. For example, let me give an example of constructing roads. Let's assume that when the construction of roads is it's made by manual labor, it will not be efficient or done effectively. But when you use the digital technology, everything is done smartly compared to the manual labor. Then we have the remote monitoring and automation. This helps optimize resource usage and reduce the environmental impact of manufacturing processes by enabling real-time adjustments and predictive maintenance. Due to time factor, let me go to another point, another slide. However, though they might be beneficial to the environment, we still have the challenges that are faced during the use of digital technology in production. We have the resistance to change. Traditional manufacturing process may operate separately, leading to resistance when integrating digital technologies. In this situation, like some personals or some societies may fail to change and cope up to the new technology. Then we have the initial investment capital. The cost of implementing new technologies can be a barrier for a small to a medium-sized organizations. Like if you're to put up something new, like new technologies, it depends on the capital you might have, because it might be more expensive than the initial one you had. So that is also a challenge. So people may not move to that new investment, like new technologies. Then we have lack of knowledge and experience. Implementing advanced technologies requires relevant knowledge, which may be lacking within manufacturing companies. Like when they bring up something new in an organization, people may not know how to use it. So it needs education and it needs someone to teach you, train them, which might be again more expensive and leading to high wastage of capital. Like use a lot of capital to educate others so that they learn how to use those machines, among others. So thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much. Let me try to put this. Thank you so much, Stephanie. It was a very clear and succinct presentation. And I think the fact that you talked to us about implementing and the challenges that we can find, but the importance of really bringing these digital technologies into the future, and more importantly, into companies and what the benefits are. I agree with you. The adoption of digital technologies can help businesses and organizations reduce their environmental footprint. You talked a lot about environment. It also improves their resource efficiency, and it contributes to a more sustainable future. Definitely education continues to be probably the biggest hurdle, and we talk so much about education here, but definitely in order to implement all of this and have people accept it and implement it in the companies as a whole, we definitely have to continue to show and educate. And I think that many times where we, and you said it very clearly, the reason why we face these challenges is because we don't take the time to really educate when it comes to digital technologies, and people are afraid. And if we're still relying on humans to do the work, we need to make sure that we include the education part of it. I see it all the time. So many good things happening with digital technology, but like you say, there's a huge challenge, because if we don't put the same effort into educating, the implementation part of it will never happen. So thank you, Daphne, for such a great presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Daphne, and also Dr. Virginia for the beautiful summary. Well, I do also agree on the point that digitalization and innovation are the key components of the Industry 4.0. As it was mentioned in the beginning of the session, this refers to the fourth industrial revolution, characterized by the integration of these digital technologies into the various aspects of different industries, into the manufacturing aspects which are concerned. So moving ahead, thank you so much. We would like to present before you Mr. Joe James Serapin. Yes, thank you. He is an organizer representing IGEN, NSAVE Club, and is a volunteer with IGEN. And he is going to speak to us on the topic power of 3D and gaming environment. Isn't it a very interesting topic? Yes, it is. The power of 3D and gaming environment will be addressed today by Mr. Joe James Serapin. So allow me to present before you Mr. Joe James Serapin. The floor is all yours, Mr. Joe James. Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. A very good evening to one and all present here. Myself, Joe James Serapin from Amit University, and I am pursuing BE Marine third year. And I am being a part of IGEN volunteer, and I am an organizer in NSAVE Energy Club for Amit University. So I'm here to present my presentation on the topic of the power of 3D and gaming environment. So what is 3D? 3D is a short for three-dimensional. A 3D object is anything that can be rotated in space, including a planet, a piece of paper, or human being. We usually visually see the objects in three-dimensional structure, even though compared to 2D structures which contains X and Y direction, 3D requires three-dimensional structure which has X, Y, and Z for clear and precise representation of objects. So here are my table of contents which include in my presentation the foundation of 3D modeling, the role of 3D modeling in gaming development, 3D modeling creation for games, especially we are going to discuss in gaming industry, step-by-step process, different applications of 3D modeling in gaming industry, the future of 3D modeling in gaming industry, and of course the summary of the presentation. So hereby the foundation of 3D modeling. As its core, 3D modeling is the art of creating digital representations of objects and characters in three-dimensional space. As we know that in the world of digital media, 3D animations has emerged as a powerful tool that offers numerous benefits. It has revolutionized the way we visualize ideas, tell stories, and engage audiences. The article explores the advantages of 3D animation and how it can be a game changer in various industries. As we all know that during the 3D modeling process, an object shape, size, and texture could be defined. The process uses points, lines, and polygons to create 3D shapes within the software. In the 3D modeling, the possibilities are virtually endless. As we all know that a gaming industry usually requires the visual representation of people from various age categories. The gaming is an entertainment platform which has been acquired from which relates no age category. There is an endless limit of age categories from child to old persons. Each and every age category people, they might require different requirements upon their visualization of ideas, which could be incorporated with the help of 3D modeling according to their visualization and creation with their own ideas. So we are going to deeply discuss the 3D modeling of gaming development. The role of 3D modeling in gaming development, which includes that 3D modeling is a bedrock upon which game developers construct entire universe. Every great game needs immersion, and 3D modeling is a wonderful way to improve gaming graphics and keep the players engaged. As we already discussed that each and every age category of people might require different themes and the requirements of game in their own perspective. So considering the age category, the presentation and visual representation of the game, which could be given as output, might be differentiated with the help of 3D modeling according to the wish and visualization creativity skills of their own age category. Considering a practical example, the people with lower age categories below 10, the kids might like to play a game in graphical manner, which they like cartoons, some other characters which relate with their characterized visual representations. So they might be liking in the areas where the segment includes cartoonistic way. So the 3D model could be developed in cartoonistic way in order to grab their visuality of the kids. So likewise, the age category differs. The people around teen, if they would like to play realistic virtual reality games, right now it's being a popular one. So considering the realistic manner, they include so many graphical representation in order to empower the gaming industry and also to grab the visualization of the person those who are in teenage. Considering the people above the teenage level, even there is no age category limit for the people to play games. So as we all know that, so the people who are being in age category around 50, they are also willing to play games where they actually requires the realistic manner of the game, where the human intervention, where the characters has been personally modified as we are right now as a human intervention. So the realistic manner of the graphical representation into the games, which could be like by the people around higher age categories. So from these kind of point of views from each and every age category of people, the 3D modeling could be enabled and incorporated with the visualization ideas of the people with their age category, and it could be implemented using some other technical tools. Nowadays we are using AI, especially used to create a module where which could be liked by everyone. So AI.
Okay, then just give me only 5 minutes. Let me try to manage here, and because
Shall I proceed? So okay. So here for developing a game, we are having some certain processes. As we already said, each and every age category of people, they might be liking according to their own perspective. So those perspectives has been grabbed by the visions and their ideas, and they have been developed into an output module with these step-by-step process. Creating 3D modules for gaming requires creativity. As we all know, the creativity skills is an embarking perspective with the kids from the lower age level till the age level of old age. So creating 3D models for gaming requires creativity, technical skill, and attention to detail. Listed below are the essential stages of 3D model creation. By following these steps, game developers can create 3D models that enhance the gaming experience, contributing the immersive world players love. So coming up to the step-by-step processes, coming up to the first point, conceptualization. Conceptualization defines that where it could be the prediction of game, how it could be, what are the characters it could be handled, what are the themes it could be handled, and how the output should be. Just like if we take a practical example, if you are constructing a new building, we cannot able to involve directly by constructing this. First, we need to plan how it could be, what are things to be added, what are the changes could be done. So we are basically depending upon the architect who plans and gives a blueprint of the output of the house, how it could be. So the same thing with the practical example, we are going with the conceptualization process. So these things build a framework how the game it could be. So with the help of conceptualization, we can bring our vision and input ideas to a graphical representation, which could help us to get more knowledge about the output, how it could be. Next, we are going to the modeling. So we are having simulation tools right now. We are having so many simulation tools where the input model, what the graphical representation, what we have done through the conceptualization process, it could be brought up into a model where it could be physically represented and how it works. So how the output will be, the minimal criteria which we can discuss how the output it can be. So the modeling of 3D could be done. So coming up to the detailing part, detailing plays a vital role where it could differentiate each and every character's themes and graphics, how it could define and how it could differentiate each and every segment of the game, how it could differentiate one game to another game. So detailing defines the individuality of their own perspective. So coming up to the UV mapping, unwrap the model surfaces for proper texture application. Coming up to the UV mapping in the sense that we are just giving up to the detailing process where the textures have been handled, where the sharpness and FPS could be handled. FPS in the sense that frame per second. Once the game is going to run in output as some module like phone, laptop, or PC, how it could be visually or physically represented without any delay or without any or low quality. So UV mapping describes those things. And coming up to texturing, apply textures to add realism, material properties, and visual appeal. Texturing in the sense that giving detail in a realistic matter, how the people could like to visually represent a game. So texturing plays a vital role by incorporating and enhancing the glow of the game. So coming up to rigging. Rigging is nothing but giving a framework to the game and to build up a structure and build up a character-wise structure. So people, as we take a practical example, people at the lower age category, they might be like cartoonistic way. So depending upon the cartoonistic way, the structure differentiates and the structure differs. So with the help of that structure, they could grab the attention of the people according to their age categories. So considering the age category of the people, the structure differs. So the structures could be developed with the help of rigging material, where the skeleton it builds up the framework according to the character or themes it could be. Animation. Coming up to the animation plays a vital role in gaming industry because it is a game changer. Which provides an enthusiastic way to grab the vision of the people those who are acquiring for. So animation and detailing plays a vital role to grab the to grab the audience to their side by giving up their best to bring up the output. Coming up to the optimization is nothing but as we are going to build up a great gaming environment, as we are going to create a new gaming module, it might be it might be not same where the output is displayed into the module. It could differ from one module to another module. So optimization plays a vital role to give the same gaming experiences in every module without any drop of FPS and a drop of graphics, drop of animation, etc. So optimization is a tool which gives the module to perform in equal manner in every devices. Integration in the sense that import the model into the game engine, setting up materials, lighting and animations. As the integration in the sense, as we discussed the above before points, it all incorporates and it will bring up into integration. Coming up to the testing and iteration, it is a very, very, very important process where, for practical example, we are going to buy a new mobile phone, which could be released by at instant. Like we are going to buy a new model phone. Example, if it takes Samsung Galaxy S24, which has been launched very recently, they have given minimum software update for 3 years, and they will be giving a security patch update for minimum 5 years. In order these kind of software updates and this kind of security patch updates is not actually necessary, but why they are giving? They are introducing a new module where it could be a advanced version of the previous module. Even though they are bringing up the new module, there could be both positive and negative aspects. If it is positive, it is so much good. If it is negative and there is some bug that could defect the module, so it will be a desire for the production of that particular model. In order to incorporate and encounter those kind of bugs, those software updates and those security patches has been frequently given as an update to keep the mobile phone and to keep their reputation of the model. So likewise, we are giving a testing and iteration for the games in various modules, continuously giving from low-end devices to high-end devices, how the game is running, how the model is working, how the 3D and graphics visual representation is going on through, and how it performs in each and everything. So they are equally taking a scenario and they are equally judging from one model to every model they are analyzing, and they are just following all the credentials to maintain the same stability in all the modules without any lag or delay. So these are the process where the 3D model creation for games has been created from step-by-step process. So we all know that the future of 3D modeling in gaming industry. So coming up to the future modeling in gaming industry, as technology continues to advance, the role of 3D modeling in the gaming industry is poised to expand and even further. With advanced virtual reality and augmented reality, the demand for highly detailed 3D models and environments is expected to skyrocket. Considering the gaming environment, it is an emerging one which grabs the attention of people from all the age categories worldwide. So, considering those kind of things, VR and AR has been an advanced version of gaming environment which portrays the visual representation of game in a higher version. Additionally, as artificial intelligence becomes more integrated into gaming development, we can expect AI to drive 3D model tools that streamline and automate certain aspects of the design process, further accelerating the game development timelines and opening new creative possibilities. As we all know that AI plays a vital role in gaming development because it defines and it takes the vision of the people, those who have been expecting how the game could be, how the characters should be. It could help to customize to its own way as the people need according to their own vision and ideas. So AI plays a vital role. So coming up to the summary of the presentation, one of the primary advantages of incorporating 3D objects in video games is the ability to create visual stunning and realistic environments. The use of intricate details, textures, and shading techniques in 3D models bring the game worlds to life, allowing players to feel more immersed in a virtual environment. As 3D modeling has redefined the way games are created, played, and enjoyed. and the gaming industry continues to evolve, it is sure to remain at the forefront of innovation, driving the creation of awe-inspiration worlds and unforgettable gaming experiences. And thank you for the opportunity given to me, and thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Virginia, we would like to hear from you first, and then we'll go ahead.
I really love 3D models, and I really love to see what this generation is doing with it. And I just wanted to remind that as they continue to train and learn about this, they can actually use it in their future, not only in creating games. I think that the skill of creating 3D models for games can expand anybody's creative and technical capability, and it will definitely enhance their communication skills. And it will offer a lot of opportunities to apply that in real life scenarios. You know, so I when I see it, I sometimes think that people think this is just for gaming. This is a way to learn something that they will be able to apply in other areas. And whether they pursue a career in game development or they explore other industries, the fact that we are growing and this generation is becoming having such great ability in creating 3D models, I think it's going to be a valuable asset for anything in the digital world. So I congratulate you because it was very clear. It was you enumerated everything very well, but I think that one of the things that we don't talk about enough is that it's just not for gaming. In the future, we will be needing all this to really include it in everything that we do. So thank you for taking the time and breaking it down in different steps so we know what the process is in order to create things. Thank you. It was great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. That was really wonderful, and thank you, Joe. That was it was quite comprehensive when we talk about integration of 3D technology, and you have very clearly, vividly explained what profound impact it has on the gaming industry, and with enhancing visual and immersive experiences for the players as such, with the realistic environments that are being created and which look. To name a few, maybe a lifelike characters or intricate landscapes which they have created with more kind of AV8s and dynamic lighting effects, etc., etc., etc. And we can't deny the fact that games provide an immersive experience by using those 3D graphics to stimulate depth and perspective. Hope everybody will agree with me on this. And definitely this enhances the sense of players, making virtual world realistic, and we feel more tangible in, like getting them across. Ma'am, Dr. Tanuja, ma'am, would you like to add on, please? I think we lost Tanuja, ma'am, there. Tanuja, ma'am? Okay.
Ma'am, sorry, I'm in mute. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Would you like to add?
Yes, please.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Joe James, thank you for your wonderful presentation on 3D and gaming environment. Actually, you're rightly pointed. I agree with you because after entering this 21st century, as a very vast development in the computer technology, they have given birth to the variety of games. You have mentioned the importance of 3D modeling technology. It is doubtfully it is a very important part of it because it can provide more three-dimensional and realistic scene and characters for games and improve the playability and user experience through the visualization and graphical representations. And for all the age category, it is very, very important. You have mentioned that, and also you have addressed very detailed on creating 3D models for gaming requires creativity, technical skills, and attention. And AR and VR role importance in game customizations. And not only that, this 3D content is also in the research field. That is, it is plays a vital role for tissue engineering and heritage protections. I've read that. So that also I just wanted to add it here. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And moving ahead, the following speaker is from GSFN, Mazareka Godfrey, a student of civil engineering from Uganda Technical College, Richwampa, who is going to speak on bioproduction, industrial biotechnology. So from 3D gaming environment, so we are moving on to bioproduction, industrial biotechnology with Mazareka Godfrey. So please help me to present for you Mr. Mazareka Godfrey. Mr. Mazareka, hope you're here. Mr. Mazareka is here? No? Is he in some other name? Okay. So do we have Mr. Melvin Thalapathy?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Melvin. Thank you. He's a student and representing Windsor University, Ontario from Canada, and is a member of IGEN who would like to present before us the future of work, the Industry 4.0 and 21st century skills. So please help me to present before you Mr. Melvin Thalapathy. So the floor is all yours, Mr. Melvin. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good
And
evening.
a warm welcome to one and all present here.
Yes.
As introduced by ma'am, my name is Melvin. To get started with our topic today, our topic is on Industry 4.0 and 21st century skills, the critical skills that are driving the Industry 4.0 technologies to a greater extent, which will eventually land in the future development of this Industry 4.0 as Industry 5.0 in the near future or in the years to come. So to start with, before getting into the discussion of what is Industry 4.0, let us get a quick information on what is industrial revolution. Industrial revolution is an event where
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, Melvin. Your presentation is not visible.
My presentation is not visible. Okay. Ma'am, is my screen visible, ma'am? Is it visible now?
Yeah, is visible. You can visit.
Okay. So yes, before getting into the discussion of what is Industry 4.0, let us know that Industry 4.0 is the fourth stage of industrial revolution which we are facing through in our present generation. Industrial revolution is an event where the transition of human effort is being replaced by the usage of machineries. So, going back to the history, Industrial revolution dates back to the year of 1780s, where the first industrial revolution took place, where all the basic human efforts were started getting mechanized slowly. In this particular time, many human efforts were human-based activities were reduced by replacing them to a simple basic means of machinery. For example, if earlier a man used to carry a load for a particular distance, this revolution made a man to transport the load using a cart or any other means of transport. So coming to the second industrial revolution, where all the mechanized components which used basic fuel-based systems were electrified, so that the efficiency could be very greatly improved. So that the efficiency can be greatly improvised, and this led to mass production. this was actually a great advantage for industries that rely on mass production, because when electrifying all the machineries, the machineries were able to the companies were able to work on more mass productions, and things started getting easy for people who are working in industries. And the third industrial revolution is that the thing that took place in 1970s, where the work of humans became very much easier by means of automation. And sorry ma'am, sorry for the disturbance. By means of automation, robotics, and by the means of using computers. Earlier, during the earlier time period, during a production stage, when especially let's consider a factory, compared to second industrial revolution and third industrial revolution, there was much of a great difference in accessing each and every file that people wanted to access during their work hours. So coming to the fourth industrial revolution, where all the computer files were further digitalized and they were further stored in cloud storages, and when factories started depending on robotics in order to reduce the human efforts. So fourth industrial revolution is really one such eye-opening industrial revolutions in the history of mankind. Why? Because many great advanced technologies like Internet of Things and big data analysis, cloud computing, additive manufacturing, and robotics and technologies like such started developing to a greater extent that really made human working hours so flexible, so convenient, and accessing each and every detail became very much easier for human beings. And this is all about the industrial revolution as a whole. Until fourth industrial revolution, this is the overview. And the critical skills that drives the industrial revolution is that critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and on all top of that, creativity to innovate new ideas. Maybe that will be a reason for us to achieve till the fourth stage of industrial revolution. Because when as human innovations progress through their lifetime, each and a small innovation might drive will cause a greater impact, will cause a greater advantage. So creativity to innovate and come up with new ideas might drive the future to a much convenient way, and will definitely create a good difference will definitely create an efficient and usual difference. And the future of industrial revolution is that the fifth industrial revolution. The fifth industrial revolution will be much greater and will be a very technically highly advanced stage of industrial revolution, where a man can access whatever data files or whatever the project related documents that he's planning to access within one click of button. So many advanced technologies, like I said earlier, robotics, additive manufacturing, especially big data analysis, will play a very big important role in the industrial revolution 5.0, and will definitely pave way for an efficient, resilient, and human-friendly work culture in the years to come. So this is all about the presentation. I once again thank everyone for offering me this amazing opportunity. Thank you.
Dr. Tanuja,
Yes, ma'am.
would you like to do the summary, ma'am?
Yes. Melvin, yes, thank you for your wonderful presentation, and you have touched all the industrial revolutions and importance. So you rightly pointed out about the Industry 4.4, and we have seen the rise of smart factories. And coming to the Industry 5.5, you also touched about the importance. It is expected to bring about the further advancement of that is AI and automation in manufacturing. And Industry 5.4, I would like to add my point. They are also concentrating on the sustainability. Because it is very important nowadays to reach our vision of 2030 UN. So the sustainability is very, very important, and the Industry 5.2, they are focusing on the sustainability policies like minimal generation of the waste and management, and also that is they want to determine that is more and just it is important for the manufacturing and good profit also. And some fundamental principles of Industry 5.2 I just wanted to add here. That is another one, that is human centricity and resilience. And that's all. I think you have covered the rest of the things. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Dr. Virginia, would you like to add on something?
Absolutely. I think that I really appreciated the fact that you showed us that the future of work is rapidly evolving into the 5.0, and that we really need to bring the 21st century skills now so we can embrace and thrive in the dynamic landscape that we will definitely see in the future. And I think that we're still lagging behind when it comes to digital literacy and critical thinking and collaboration. So that's something we have to continue to hone on. And I really appreciate that you brought that forward, because looking into the future is already happening. It's already here. And the fact that we really need a capable workforce that is embracing automation, artificial intelligence, and big data is really key in order for us to continue to innovate and continue to grow. So thank you so much, because I think the presentation showed us where we come from, where we're at, and how we are fast, and rapidly really evolving into the Industry 5.0. So thank you so much. Thank you. Very good.
Thank you, Mr. Melvin. Thank you, Dr. Virginia, and thank you, Dr. Tanuja. That was very totally a comprehensive summary that summed up the whole presentation so well. And thank you, Mr. Melvin, for that seamless presentation. Definitely, as you rightly said, on Industry 4.0, which is quite people are aware of it. Industry 5.0 is still emerging as we're talking about max to max. They know about the deployment of 5G networks that we're fostering for innovation, telecommunication to enhance global connectivity. Rather, G20 countries have started including the topics which are related to the financial technology, fintech, in other words, it is called as, and how digital innovation can improve these financial services. Focusing on financial inclusion, that's going to be the target for 5.0, connecting, getting into global connectivity, reducing the barriers to access, as Dr. Virginia was mentioning, and making it, viable for everyone, and it's not for one particular sector of people who are well versed in it. As Dr. Tanuja was also mentioning, it will help us to have a good financial system in the digital age that we are heading towards. Thank you, Mr. Wilman. That was a wonderful presentation. Not compromising on the, you have also discussed in detail about the strategies of equipping the workforce with the relevant skills to become resilient for the jobs of the future. Thank you. Thank you for addressing these aspects so well. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Well, moving ahead, following Melvin, we have got with us, we are waiting for Mr. Mazaraka Godfrey. Is he going to join us, or we don't know exactly what is it? So on that note, we have got two topics to leave it open for the group to anyone to pick up as such. And it's my duty to open the floor to the audience now. So we are opening the topic of Mr. Mazaraka Godfrey, Bioproduction and Industrial Biotechnology, since he has not joined us. And also we have got the diffusion of nuclear technologies. Anybody who can just throw little light on diffusion of NPR technologies, and also, last but not the least, taking into consideration of everyone who has spoken their heart on this platform, sustaining robust policies and systems for sustainability and security. How to bring up these policies and the systems for sustainability and the security which is involved. So I open up the forum for these topics. Now, as we all know, we are change makers. We are all gathered here to sustain the dream of taking it, and as the youth, empowered youth. So it is our duty to see you being unleashed of your potential with your education and the knowledge amplified, thereby bringing in a note for change. So on that note, we open the forum to you today with address on these topics which you can. So let me start with Dr. Virginia first, the young leader. Thank you, Doctor.
Well, you caught me by surprise, but definitely, I think that what we have discussed today really puts us in a position that we can actually take action. And I think that whoever's watching us today and is participating knows that if we don't have the human aspect, we have a lot of technology and there's a lot of advancement. And I think that many times our biggest concern is that AI will take over or that humans will not be necessary in the future. And the truth is that wherever there's technology, you're going to need a human mind, a critical thinker, what we bring to the table in order to enable that to really impact the life that we all have as a human race. So I think that sometimes we talk so much about advancement and technology that we forget that humans are still the ones who drive this. And the fact that we have such young speakers speaking so eloquently and really doing more research and finding out, I want you all to know that I listen to all of you, and I'm so proud because you are in the driver's seat. And whoever's listening to us today, machines will never take over, but we need to actually also prepare. And like I said in my comment before, we're moving forward. Things don't stop because we're not ready. They continue. So we need to really embrace what's happening now and what the industry, the revolution is bringing now, this new 4.0, 5.0 happening, and we can't be afraid. I think that many times because we don't feel that we can conquer it, or we don't feel that we control enough, or that we don't know enough, we decide to ignore. I just want to say that we need to embrace. We need to embrace everything that's happening. We need to make sure that our students, as teachers and educationists, are really prepared for what's coming. And what I'm seeing with the students that are participating really gives me a lot of hope in the future that they are ready and that they're embracing it. But we also, other generations, also have to embrace all the change. So there's so many topics to discuss. It's not my area of expertise, but education is. And I want to make sure that we realize that even if we don't know something today, we can definitely learn it and we can apply. And that we're going to have to embrace in order to thrive in the future generation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. That was very kind of you. Don't just come to you the last minute. Yes, Dr. Tanuja, would you like to add on something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Actually, we are facing the significant challenges of Industry 4.0 is that the technologies would need to cope up with the increasing digitalization. And also the Industry 5.0 aims at human-centric and combines the human creativity and machine accuracy to improve the productivity and performance, you can say. And and there is a digital transformations from Industry 4.0 to 5.0, the paradigm, and it brings the resolutions because there is a decreases the emphasis on the technology, and the potential for the progress is based on the collaboration among the humans and machines. So this would happen when these challenges has to be addressed. That's all I would like to add up here.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And anybody would like to add on? Mr. Dinesh Kumar, Kakai, the floor is open. Anybody can add on before we sum up, because we are going to sum up with the last title, saying we are going to talk about RIBO's policies and strategies which are involved in this process. So, Kakai, would you like to add on something? Mr. Dinesh Kumar, who is still here with us? Okay. So now, before we sum up, it was a wonderful session. So our sincere thanks to each one of the participants who have joined us on this forum, starting from Mr. Jan on, who gave a brilliant start for the day, and also followed by the other speakers who have really carried it forward so well on their shoulders, talking about intensely, whether it is Mr. Dinesh Kumar or Mr. Shyam Ganesh, Kakai, and also Joe James. Now we are missing about Mazurika Godfrey, and also last summing up with Melvin Thalabadi. Everyone is so point blank in just explaining things to us so clearly as such. So last but not the least, there's a very key thing that we need to look into: the sustaining robust policies and systems for sustainability and security, which is involved in this. And moving ahead, there's a very big challenge that is faced in every single field, whether it is economics or environment or technology, or whether it is national level or international level, everywhere, even the local community, for that matter, even the local community challenges that we need to take into consideration. And finally, it is just because it is technology, where it is heading is the security, safety and security of the people who are working in it, and also who are benefiting through it. So that has to be taken into as a very key thing for consideration. So, well, we do agree with you on this platform that we all should have an integrated policy framework to develop a comprehensive and intensive integrated policy framework with inclusion of sustainability and security concerns in our mind for mutual benefit. So thereby we will be able to achieve environmental sustainability. So implementing these policies will promote environmental sustainability, including the reduction of carbon emissions that we have been talking every now and then in every single platform that we meet, conservation of the natural resources, and the transition of the renewable energy resources that are available. In the, as Daphne was mentioning, small scale industries, and also agriculture and farming and the transportation. So not missing out on anything to minimize the impact of these ecosystems, which we need to take into consideration. And the third important point that has to be kept in our mind is the cyber security and data protection, because it is definitely at large, threat in large. So establish a robust cyber security policies to safeguard the critical infrastructure and sensitive data operation and the digital systems, to promote data protection measures, including encryption and secure connection and protocols which are to be maintained as a decorum, and also compliancy with the private regulations. As we all know, we are operating in so many WhatsApp groups. We don't know who is there, who is not there. I'm taking a very simple example on a day-to-day basis that we are, my number going to who's going to access me. We don't know. So to ensure these kind of security policies to be in place very much, to have, why should we have, end of the day, all these things? To have a proper resilient infrastructure, to maintain a proper resilient infrastructure which is capable of withstanding the environmental challenges, cyber threats, and potential disruptions. So to implement risk assessment and also invest in infrastructure management. Finally, where will it head to is the finance part of it. So this is very key thing that we need to take into consideration. Last but not the least, the innovation in the technology governance, finally, fostering innovation while maintaining the responsible technology governance for the emerging technologies to adhere ethical standards privacy consideration and sustainability principles are to be in account. So, to do this, we need to establish a regulatory framework that balance both the benefits of the innovation, taking into consideration the potential risks which are involved in it, promoting a safe, secure, sustainable technological landscape, which is for the benefit of circular economy practices, thus implementing a circular economy, minimizing the waste and promoting a reuse, recycling materials, supporting businesses in adopting a sustainable practices that contribute to resource efficiency with reduced environmental impact, thereby having a very safe supply chain resilience that will provide us with the diversifying resources, improving transparency, adopting technologies like blockchain to enhance traceability. Thereby, all those geopolitical, whichever part of the world we are, whichever local community that we belong to, whichever policy that we adopt, with all those economic factors, taking into designing the supply chain policies to mitigate risk and ensure continuity. Thereby, we will be able to achieve and we will be able to realize the international cooperation, fostering collaboration, which is very much needed between all countries, or not only G20 countries, non-G20 countries also, information sharing, and also on security and sustainability with the partnership and agreements, with proper partnership and agreements that will promote collective action, address global challenges, and share best practices. So, with the last point of how to achieve this, definitely, as Mr. Yan Yon was mentioning, the key thing is knowledge sharing. Promote education awareness programs like ours, Youth Cabinet, G20 Youth Cabinet, to inform stakeholders about the merits and demerits, about the public, business systems, policies which are being there, evolving, emerging, and we are still there with the importance of sustainability and security, to develop a culture of responsibility and accountability for all stakeholders, such that everyone takes the responsibility of taking it forward at all levels of the society. So, with establishment of these policies, what is required is the continuous monitoring and evaluation, establishing mechanism of continuous monitoring and evaluation of policies and systems with effectiveness to adopt the evolving threats, challenge those challenges, and update the policies with all remedials that as and when it is required. By combining these sustainable practices with the robust security measures and policies and systems, we can contribute to the long-term sustainability and resilience across various countries across the globe. So, hope everybody will agree with me on this platform. Yes, I'm open to Dr. Virginia. Thank you.
Okay, it's been my day today. No, thank you. Again, everything. I think that we just need to really continue to reinforce the importance of all the effort that goes into presenting something like this to G20 and having our youth really speak out, because they're actually the ones who are going to be conducting the world that we live in the future. But I think that it's really, really wonderful when we have experts and mentors that are there and are present, listening and really encouraging them to continue. The digital technologies are here. They're not going anywhere. And the truth is that the faster we start embracing and we start understanding that we impact this, and I think today it's resonated with me how important human participation is. You know, we talk so much about it, and it seems so cold when we talk about technology and digitalization, but it's not cold, because it's humans that create this, right? So again, so proud of every single speaker, especially our young people. And I just want to appreciate the people that take the time, like teachers and professors and doctors that take the time to be here with us and really expand and give us their knowledge and their experience. And I want to congratulate you, Dr. Srividhya, because I am with you every week, and maybe I'm not here the entire time, but I'm always amazed at how purposeful you are. And I know why you do this. And I don't want you to ever think that we are not appreciative. So thank you all. Today was really, really insightful. And I appreciate every single presentation because it was clear. They were cognizant of the information. They were just not reading something. They were actually participating and sharing information with us. And I think that's the beauty of G20. So thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. Really, it was really, I'm so overwhelmed with joy because today I felt all those presentations really add sense. They were talking, they were taking the responsibility on the shoulders. They're not just throwing it out, they're taking the initiative further. And also big thanks to Mr. Niranjan, who has been very supportive, and he has really taken it on his shoulder and he's taking it forward. He's literally carrying it on his shoulders and taking it forward. I could see that. Thank you so much, Mr. Niranjan, though you're not present here amidst us today. And also the IGEN team, really, they're wonderful speakers, brilliant speakers, and definitely we will have more and more speakers coming up from IIU as well, as Dr. Virginia has really prompted and she said, I'm going to take it forward. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have been such an inspiration and encouragement to all of us, and with your support, definitely we will be able to do that. Thank you. Thank you for all your support and IUs as well. And Dr. Tanuja, yes, a pillar of support always. Not to be seen, though invisible, but invincible.
Actually, I am unable to view my video on the screen. Only background it is.
Yeah. That's why I said, though invisible, you're invincible. Yeah, thank you for all the support and thanks for being here. It's a wonderful thing. And so next week, it's more related to this particular week topic that we're going to talk about the resources, how to make use of the resources available in a better way. So we'll be joined with a new set of speakers, I think so. More participation from IIU, with more participation from IGEN. And we should really congratulate once again IGEN on this platform for bringing such wonderful speakers. Really amazing speakers. That it's a youth lead means it is a youth lead, exactly. And they are taking it forward. That's so very brilliant. And definitely we could see the leaders in the making, the change makers in the making, the trailblazers in the making, and the trendsetters in the making, to whom we are going to hand over this beautiful world, the world to live in, for the future generations to carry. Thank you. On that note, until we meet again, it's a big adieu from all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the great opportunity for our IGEN speakers, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rivera, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Daphne. Thank you. It's wonderful having you. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thanks for the biggest support. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.